morning, children. I think today is the day. The day that we put the motor in. Anyway, so this will be video 48, and I think just something I've got to do. I think I'm going to put that in there and get it sitting in, and then fit all that front sheet metal in and make sure that all lines up and the front of the thing pokes through there and all the rest of that jazz, which is going to be a fun thing to try and fit all together, I would imagine. But yeah, we'll work it out. So yeah, let's see if we can get this engine crane set up and see if we can put this motor up and get it somewhere near the car, because that could be exciting. Righty. Jeez, need a shave, don't I? Nah, should be right. Another month of growth, yeah, won't hurt. Right, so I think the only way I'm going to be able to do this, so I'm going to pick up one of these bolts here with just a bit of steel bracket and one of these back bolts here in the bow housing, at least to get it over to where the car is, and then I'm going to put, I actually discovered that I'm going to put the rear part of the, there's like a bracket that goes between the gearbox and the bow housing, well it's basically the bow housing. I've got to put that on to mount the motor. So yeah, so I'll bolt that on, then the motor will sit in the frame. That's what I think is how that'll work. So I'll see if I can pick up on a couple of these bolts, use one of these straps, see if we can lift it up and get that crane in close enough anyway, and then maybe just pull the crane in a little bit to, like, instead of 200 kilos or 250 kilos to half a tonne. Not that that motor's probably 250 kilos, but it's probably not that light, so I'd rather have a little bit more strength than that lifting crane. But anyway, we'll get these bolts, see brackets on there, and see if we can get this up off this pallet. See if I can't make a mess of this. Some sort of little rubber block or something underneath those, but because it's very, very tight. I'll get the crane out of the road, hold on. Well, it fitted. It was fun, but it fitted. Tell you what, one thing, these friggin' engine cranes, right, if they had, I don't know why they don't, where this pin through comes through and it only got about that much friggin' more steel bar in there or whatever it is, why the heck, when it's back here, why can't they give you enough that sticks out about here? Like it only has to stick out another frickin' 6 inches past the end of this, so when it's right at the end, it's not just holding by, you know, like the frickin' 3 or 4 inches on it, because otherwise I would have had it right out and would have been a damn sight easier to get in, but because it was hard up against the front, front bar between the two and trying to force the engine back, but I didn't want to be right out at that 250 kilos just in case something, not that it was likely to break, but just in case something bent or whatever, and hit the ground, because you know you're not likely to, you know, pick up bits for this easy. But it's in there. It's just basically sitting there. I've just got the bolts on the back bow housing, just sitting there. I haven't even got any front bolts in here, but it only sits on that. But I'll poke this underneath here. Just try and see if I can. Go down. So there's only a little bit of clearance underneath there. So whether these mounts are meant to have a little bit of rubber or something underneath them, it's possible. But I'll just put my back hand. I'll see if I can get my hand underneath there and just feel how much bolts poking through there, because I did find these in a bucket, right, and these would be bloody near spot on, something like that underneath there, if that's what it's meant to have, because they are like castle nuts, so they're all meant to be wired or pinned so they don't come loose. So if you had something like that in there, and that just, I assume they're meant to be probably rigid mounted, I'm guessing. But if you had something like that in there, that wasn't very thick, that would just took that little bit of harshness out of it. But whether it makes any bloody difference or not, I don't know. But yeah, now I can try the rest of the sheet metal on here and see if it fits. That's my big thing. I just want to make sure that all this crap fits. So we'll put it together, I guess. I'll get the camera set up and we'll do it. Right, let's fit some sheet metal back onto the front of this and see if any of it fits. Right, one of these, go see Arco at Outlaw Edge. Little plug for you. That's going to make it fun to get in there, won't it? Shit. You really got to Yeah, so that lines up beautifully. I'd like just to get this, just it's sneak that way, just so this is fairly central in my owl, but and possibly just need to see in there that maybe this panel here might need to go that way just a little bit, or that hole needs enlarged or something like that, just so it's got quite good clearance here, but it's against the little, almost against the little dog on the end of the crank snout. But yeah, we'll call that windage, I think. Just just tweak now and clean up, and obviously just make things fit a little nicer. And I think I'll clearance these a little bit, just so it sits up on top of that. I think that's where the originals actually sat up on top of that, so that'll stop this from breaking and splitting again like it has, because it's obviously not meant to sit like that. I've got it too close. A few things like that to be done, but that's a good this windage. Yeah, awesome. Looks a bit different with the old big 6 in the hole. Still a lot of room in there, isn't it? What do you reckon? Compound turbos? No? No. Okay, maybe not. It's not a diesel, was it? Don't think she'll handle it. Your compound turbos at £2 a boot, maybe. Alrighty, we'll see you shortly when we get this back apart. See if I get this frickin' piece off the front again. That was tight, getting that on there, off there. Alrighty, so I've just been doing some clearancing in here. I've just shot away for lunch and I come back. I need a little bit more clearance on this side, and then I need to do quite a bit more on the other end. Then I also got to do some welding and bits and pieces and dress some stuff up. But man, this thing's a bitch to get in and out with that motor in there now. So I just hope I don't end up busting this weld. It's already started cracking in a couple of spots, which is a pain. So I'm going to have to fix that, because I've got to try and flex it in to get around that crank snout. So I might just heat this up a bit more and try and radius this back around a little bit, and then start welding that up, and then I'll turn it over and I'll do the same on the other side. Righty, so all around here and back down here and everything I've all rewelded. I've sort of actually left weld down in here, and I've like welded around here where it's sort of like creased it, so I can grind it back, and I'll leave the same thing I'll do. I'll weld back here, because where I've beaten it and whatever, it's starting to split the old sort of weld where they've been repaired, or it's where it's been attached. So I'll actually leave a little bit extra meat in there. I've still got to reshape this, so when I weld it in there, I'll probably bend this all back. Like I've done with this one, I've actually re-radiused it quite a lot. This is going to come up quite a lot to clear around that bar. Yeah, and then I'll leave some extra weld in here and dress this all up again. And I'm going to probably have to re-weld this too, because it's cracked from pulling it in. It's starting to crack there too. It's a pain in the ass, because you sort of get it dressed all up nice, and then you if it's, I suppose if it's a bit thin or because it's a bit brittle there where it's been welded. Yeah, because it's such a bitch of a thing to get in here, it wants to, like I've got to just about squeeze it in, because before it would slip past this, but now because it's sticking out, I don't know, 2.5, 3 inches, I suppose I've actually got to twist the pieces in and try and flex it in to get it to go in there. So it's a bit of a pain that it's in there now. It's good, but because I can see where it's meant to fit, but yeah, I could almost probably pull it back out again, but I'll leave it in there for a couple of days. I guess I can use it to check other things, I suppose, but and may even whip the head off it and have a quick look in there what's sitting up here and at a decent level to work at. And obviously I might figure out some of these other pieces and bits and pieces and linkages and rods while it's there. So once I'm sort of happy with this sheet metal, that might be the next thing, the bits and pieces I'll do. I'll just work out all these other little bits and rods and crap. Because you've got, we've got floor pant pieces. These like the piece for the accelerator, like the little rod that hooks on. And then that's all, worked through here and back over there to the carburetor and lots of stuff. So I'd like to work some of that stuff out while it's in here. A few of those bits and pieces. But anyway, I'll get a little bit of more welding done over here. And then I'll be due to bugger off. But I'm going to have to try and see if I can get myself something else to video with, because doing this every day and videoing, probably 2 or 3 hours a day, with having the phone running while I'm doing stuff it's starting to kill my battery, my phone again. I've had this phone about 12 months, I suppose, but yeah, I don't want to kill this phone and then I've got to get another one again. It's just a pain. It's obviously the heavy videoing is not doing the battery any good. So I might, I've been looking at the DJI Osmo Actions. I might do a little bit more research on those, because they're about half the price here of a GoPro, and the batteries are about, I think about $30 each or $40 each. So I might try and get at least one, if not 2 of them over the next month or 2. I'd like to get one soon, just so I can sort of use my phone for little bits and pieces, but not videoing all day. But yeah, that means I'm going to buy SD cards and all that sort of crap as well, so it's a bit of a pain, but it's what it is. It's the joys of videoing all day long when you're working. Yeah, it's either that or I'm going to have to change how I sort of video and just do little updates as I'm going. But I quite like sort of, doing the video and, might have like 40 or 50 minutes of footage and squeeze it into a couple of minutes so you can sort of just see what I'm doing. But I don't know, it's just, it's a pain, because I don't want to kill my phone again, because I can't afford to keep buying phones as much as I'd like to buy a new phone every 12 months, I don't see the point in it. If I can get a couple of 3 years out of a phone and then upgrade again, be alright, but I don't want to destroy batteries all the time. So it's nice that you can easily put a battery in a phone. It's a damn sight easier to buy another battery for a camera, or like a GoPro or something like that. Have a couple of spare batteries that you can just change in and out. If one dies, well, you just go buy another battery. But anyway, I'll do a wee bit more welding here. Get this welded up and do it down here, and then maybe just trace this back through to here up to where I've sort of done the welding the other day when I've added that bit of metal in, and then it'll probably be it for the day. And then we'll do some more tomorrow, because I'll have to weld a little bit on the back side of this, just where that's creased and starting to split. I'll weld the other side so I can grease it up, unless my weld goes through enough. I'll burn it a little bit off maybe across there without trying to blow too many holes. So we'll get going. Right, so I've done a bit of welding in that. I'll clean that up tomorrow, ground it up, and just do any other little bits and pieces I need to it, and hopefully then I'm finished. Because I'm kind of sick of working on that piece, to be honest. Just with all the other bits and pieces going on, but I think we've got it now. And then I can move on to something else and get some of this other stuff together and obviously fit everything on. I like to get the hood sides and everything sort of at least pieced together. I need to give them a final detail. Run them over the wire wheel and the DR and stuff. Get that grill shell drilled and bolted on. Make sure I'm 100% happy with that. And then obviously maybe start working on these front guards, and obviously, like I said earlier on, maybe start playing with some of the rods and linkages and bits and pieces on this wire I got in there. I don't want to have this in there too long. It's not that it's going to matter too much, but it'll give me a chance to just check a few of those bits and pieces out. What else? Yeah, that'll do in the meantime. Yeah, I think anything else we can cover in the next, tomorrow or something like that, in the next video, or the next bit of video. Alright guys, catch you later on. Cheers.